Hello, 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 good evening. This is David for Elizabeth Craft Designs, live at Creative Scrapbooker. Let me see, I want to, yes, that's going well. Just some technical bits and then I'm going to be all yours. Let me see, I think we're live. Let me see if I can find myself. Yes, I can see myself, which is not always a good thing. Hi Jackie, good to see you. Okay, we're live. Good. Hello everybody, this is David. As I mentioned, I will introduce myself in a minute. I will just give people some time to come in. But yeah, David live for Elizabeth Craft Designs at Creative Scrapbooker magazine. Always fun to be here. Thank you for having me, and we're going to have some fun today. Hi Andrea, good to see you. Good to see you. So, yes, my name is David, for the people that don't know me. I'm one of the designers for Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I'm specifically the designer for the Art Journal Specials collection. So that's my job, and I'm very happy because, well, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And I was very lucky to be able to make this my job, thanks to Elizabeth Craft Designs giving me the opportunity. So that's brilliant. I've got my own YouTube channel. I do lives for Elizabeth Craft Designs. I design for them. So that's a bit of background of who I am. So happy to be here. Hi Anki. Hi Donna. Hi Margot. I see some familiar names. Great to see you all here. So what am I going to do today? I'm going to be working with my latest collection that actually just launched yesterday, and that's called In the Garden. And it's a big collection aimed for art journaling, but what I'm going to show you today is that you can use it for way different things than just art journaling. Yes, I designed it for art journal specials, but you can use it for cards, you can use it for ATC cards, you can use it for anything you want to create. So that's really fun. Today I'm just going to focus on one or two sets, and I'm going to create a little booklet or a folder that holds 8 ATC cards. I'm not going to make 8 ATC cards. That would be a bit much, but yeah, I'm just going to be working with that, and I'm going to use my new paper, the Backgrounds Volume 2, for that, which is really, really cool. At the end of this live, I will link all the products that I used from Elizabeth Craft Design, so you can easily find them. But just a heads up, if you love this collection, there is a buy it all offer over at the website from Elizabeth Craft Designs, where you can save 20% off. So that's a brilliant deal, I think. Hi, Patricia. Did you? Well, have fun with it. Hi, Valerie. Great. So let's switch the cameras around and we can have some fun, shall we? So I've prepared a lot. There's a lot on my desk already. Yesterday, during the live at Elizabeth Craft Designs, I actually prepared something that I'm going to be using today. And that is this. I used some white pigment ink and a stencil on some craft paper. And I've cut out these plant labels. That's the idea when I designed them. These plant labels, you put them in your pots and you write the name of the plant on. That's what I did here, and that's going to be on the ATC cards. I've got my ATC cards ready to go. I cut these out with an older set that is the Torn. The name is Torn. I don't have the number from the top of my head, but the Torn set. It's an older set, but it's still available, and it's got these gorgeous torn edges in your matte layers. It's got the base card in there, so it's a fun set to work with. So that's how I cut my ATC cards. Thank you, Laura Lee. So those are ready to go. First things first, I'm going to do some inking of edges before I forget. And these are going to be 2 pockets. These pockets are actually in a die set. Let me show you. Let me show you. Where did it go? I just had it in my hand. Here we go. So I'm going to be working mainly with this set, which is the 2264 Floral Slots file folder. And the base page is from, actually the base page is from this one as well. And I'm going to use that one as well. I'm not even sure I'm going to be using this one. We'll figure it out. We'll find out together, but that's what I'm going to do. So I've already folded these crease lines. Now let me give them a nice varnish. I'm going to put this in a safe spot for now. So I'm just varnishing these down. Varnishing these flaps down will really help you adhere it flat on your base page. And I'm going to show you a little trick, because it's not always that visible. Hi Ellie, goedenavond. It's not always that visible where the crease line is. It is from this side, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my ruler. I'm trying to do it in frame against that line that I can vaguely see there, and then I put that down, take my bone folder and just press against that, and that way you help push that fold line up. I'll do the same here. So the die makes that crease in there, but this is just an easy way to do it, because that crease line is quite near to the slots, and that makes it a tiny bit more difficult to fold them. And I think this trick with the ruler really helps. So there we go. Fold that, varnish that down. And this paper also comes from my new paper pack, the Backgrounds Volume 2. So, and this creates just some slots to put in your ATC cards, or whatever you want to put in there if you're art journaling, but in this case it's going to be ATC cards. So I'm going to keep it quite tone on tone combined with the craft. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to use a paste, but which one? I think Triple Berry. Game Over is also fun. Decisions. I'm going to use Game Over. It'll stand out a bit more. And I'm going to use this stencil, which has two sort of bordered, how do you call that, systems? I don't know. In there, and I'm just going to use parts of that. So I'm going to line that up like so. Grab a spatula. And just put some paste on. Now this is the Luna paste from Simon Hurley for Ranger. Fun stuff. So I'm just putting that through my stencil. Beautiful. Look at that. And this will dry really nice and shiny, so let's do the same on this one. Oops. There we go. Now I'm starting with this because that obviously needs time to dry. So clean this up. I've got a tub with water on the side, so bear with me while I'll put this one in the tub with water, because then I can rinse it off easily afterwards. There we go. Oops, throwing everything over. Never mind. Same thing happened yesterday. There we go, and I just use my finger to smooth the edges. Like so. Beautiful, right? Okay, I need a baby wipe. You know what? Water and a piece of paper towel will work the same. Hi, Terry. Good to see you here as well. Let's just give that a good clean, because this stuff is quite permanent when it's on there. There we go. Well, Laura Lee, if you hop over to the Elizabeth Craft Designs YouTube page, there's a nice introduction video, or my own YouTube, either way. and you can find out everything about this. So, these are nice now, right? I like that. I've got a lot of edging to do, so let's do that. I should have inked the edges of this one first, but I did not do that. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. Now you can see me. Hi. So, using scorched timber, which is a really dark and intense color, but I love that because it gives it instant grunge. And that's just my style. You can use, of course, anything you want. I know a lot of people use frayed burlap, which is one of my go-tos as well. But since scorched timber is out, I'm doing a lot of that. It does, doesn't it, Debbie? It looks great with the background color. So it's still sort of tone on tone. Dum, dum, dum. So I'm just gonna ink the edges of this one. I love these little elements. Okay, while I'm doing that, let me just take my ATC matte layers and do the same, because that will really make them stand out. I will show you. See that? It almost looks like it's burned, that edge. I love that. That's why it's called scorched timber. It looks scorched. It took me a while before I found out that's what it meant, because I'm not English native speaking. I'm from the Netherlands, for the people that don't know that, and some words are just not standard to me. But scorched I know now. It's like yesterday when I did the launch wheelbarrow. I could not think of it at that time. Know it now. Know it now. So these are 4 ATC cards I'm going to make to go in there. That's that. The base page, that needs to be colored as well. And I'm going to do it like this. So just going to go around with scorched timber on this one as well. Now, with the fun bit with this background paper is it doesn't need much. You can use it as is, and I know a lot of people struggle with making mixed media backgrounds, but they love the effect. That's why I designed this paper pack like I did. But it's also still, it lends itself to work on it with mixed media, and that's, yeah, I love playing with mixed media. I love playing with inks and sprays and pastes and everything. And it's a very nice combination to have that paper that already has gorgeous texture and color you can use as is. Oh, hi Els. Hi Fenna. Good to see you all here. But yeah, to use that as a base. Now, I like this. What I'm doing with inking is give it more of a grungy look, but also there's a white core to the paper. It's nearly gone already, but I really don't like the look of that white core, and that's why I'm using ink to get rid of that. But you can also use colors. If you have a favorite color, use that by all means. You don't have to use brown. I just happen to love the brown and the darkness of this scorched timber. Thank you, Diane. Yes, Laura Lee, let me show you. Let me grab the paper. Because I still have everything here from yesterday's launch. This is the paper pack. It's Backgrounds Volume 2, and it has all these lovely grungy papers in there, all different colors. And this is where this paper pack is where this paper comes from. Actually, here's the sheet that I'm using. Hi, Diane. Good to see you. Thank you, my friend. So, yeah, Laurie, this is a paper pack. Gorgeous one. I love it. So, Backgrounds Volume 2, that is this one. So, I'm going to put these to the side. Then I need to do something to this. So let me grab these, because that's going to be on the cover of my booklet with a little shadow layer. So this is going to be the shadow layer. I'm going to offset that a bit, and I should have cut this out with a double-sided adhesive on the back, but I didn't. Story of my life. So that's the idea. This is how I'm going to do that. That looks stunning, but I just want to tone this down a bit. So I'm going to show you a little trick. You can use gesso for that. So let me grab my gesso. Here it is. This is just some plain white gesso. And do I have a craft sheet of some sort here? I'll just grab this one. Don't look at it, it's dirty. But it just helps me with the cleanup process in a minute. Thank you, Else. Yeah, I love it too. Thank you, Jackie, for posting the link. So, this is just some white gesso. You can use white ink as well. I just prefer to use white gesso. I like the look of it. It's very matte when it dries. So, I'm just rolling it onto my brayer. I'm just going to go over that. Just like that. That's it. Take my finger. So you can still see the texture of the paper through. But it's just making it a bit, yeah, tones it down a bit. Simple as that. So, put this one to the side. There we go. So we're getting places already. I just need to do some coloring. So what I did, I grabbed some inks that I really, really like. Oh, that's cool, Doreen. I'm going to use this one first for the wellies, the boots. These are interference inks, and they have a shimmer to it. I love them. I think they're fun to play with. I'm looking for my water bottle. Oh, it's right next to me. So I'm just picking up some of that ink and color that in. So you can use watercolors, you can use your Zig markers, you can use anything to color these in. I just think it's also fun to use your inks. Now this is the Elizabeth Craft Design soft finish card that I'm using. And that's not meant for watercoloring, but it holds the water fantastic. It's my go-to paper for these kind of things. I just love it. So, just putting down that color. I always go quiet when I'm coloring. Oh wow, Ellie, you've already got it. That's cool. Beautiful. So, anything else? I need to color? Well, maybe just let me get a bit of this color. It's a beautiful brown, and if you put it over black or darker colors, it becomes blue. I just want these rims to be brown. So now this is a stamp set that also comes with the collection, and that is this one. It is called Garden of Love, and it's this beautiful stamp set which comes with the matching dies. I love that, the fact that we can use them on their own but have the matching dies. Yeah, makes it perfect. That's all. Oh. So it's so nice to see that lots of you have already ordered the collection. That's fun. I love to see what you guys make with it. So please hop over to the ECD Art Journal Specials Facebook group. So that's ECD for Elizabeth Craft Design. So ECD Art Journal Specials Facebook group. Join me there and show your makes. I love to see everything you make with the collection and get inspired by you guys, because it's fun. It's fun to see everybody's interpretation with this collection. So hop over there. And show us what you're doing, what you're making. So I'm just giving these a hint of color. Do I need any of these? This is already colored. This is already... No, this isn't. Just gonna make that brown as well, because why not? It's rusty, right? It's old, like me, and rusty, like me. There we go. So very easy coloring. There we go. So that's that. Let me mop this up. I would normally take a piece of paper and run that through, but in this case I don't want to mess up the color scheme of what I've got going on here. So the paste dries quick, but not that quick, so let me just give that a blast with a heat tool, because, well, I don't want to smudge it around, and I know myself. It is, Diane. You can really use it for your cards, for ATC cards. It really combines beautiful with the paper flowers from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Even the mouses. Can you imagine the mouses working in the garden with the garden shed? This is one of the die sets as well. Garden shed. How cool would that be with the mouses? Ooh, that's giving me an idea. I'm going to do that. Looking forward to that, Diane. Looking forward to that. So, beautiful. Beautiful, if I say so myself. Okay, ink the edges of that one. So there's a lot of loose elements that need to be etched, that need to be colored. So, yeah, I really, oops, it's alive. I really love this collection. Thank you, Jackie. Okay, I'm just gonna run it to the inside as well, because these are the torn edges are here as well. So So I'm just going to run it there so just see it a bit more. You don't see that white core anymore, which is my jam. There we go. You see the difference just by inking. Makes it look more grungy. If that's not your thing, don't do it. I just love it that it's an instant effect. It makes it instantly different. Thank you, Carla, for sharing it. So I'm just slowly but surely. This is fun, right? It's just relaxing, just playing, no stress. That's art journaling should not be stressed at all, but even making ATC cards, it's fun, little projects. So, okay. I'm going to start building this up. Now, I have to decide. This is the idea. This is how it's going to be. I think I want something there. Yeah. I think I'm just going to use some of these letters there. I think I'll use the same. Why not? Why not? Now I'm doing this quite randomly and not perfect. I just love the effect it gives. I'll shift it up a bit so I have a bit of a change. Yeah, I like that. We'll just put some here. Cool. Let me put this in the tub. I'll be right back. So, now this has to dry. Smart move, Davey. Smart move. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I store them in. Let me show you. There was a Dutch lady who asked how to store the dies. I've got this big A4 folder that I have some chipboard in and magnetic sheets. And that's how I store all my dies. Right. While that's drying, I'm just going to start to glue these together. Yeah, that's what I expected. Clogged up. There we go. That's one. Very simple. So these ATC cards will definitely be coming with me to Canada, to Banff, for our creative retreat. I think I've got more than enough now, but I'm going to check. So I've made many ATC cards in the last months just to prepare for that event. card 2. Patricia, I got them from you know where. So, just time to assemble these. Four of them are done. And what I'll do, I'll just finish them because this needs to dry, and I can't work on the other side because this needs to dry. So. There we go. That's nice and clean. Close this up. Beautiful color this is. Game over. Matches this perfectly. Okay, so for the ATC cards, I'm keeping it quite simple. I've got these plant cards. Then I'm going to put on there on an angle. Like that. So let's just glue them down. Don't overthink it. They are Carla. It's really fun. And you know, it's great to use your leftovers. And it really is a perfect way to stretch the dies and the stamps you've got, because there's so many different ways to use it. And like in this collection, you know, people ask me, are you going to come out with a new ATC set again? Probably in the future. You never know. But all this stuff, everything I've got now will go on ATC cards. So, yeah, you don't always need a separate set for that. Just use what you have in this collection, or any collection fairly, and use it for your ATC cards. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Fenna. I love these little plant cards. They're so much fun. So there we go. These are on there. Now, this one's going to go on there. The wellies are going to go on here. These are going to go here. Like so. And then I've got these tools. This is a spare one to go on this one. And then I'm going to take my little scissors, the little ones, and this is a stamp set. This is the Journal Phrases 5, which also comes with this release. Yeah, Marijke, we were an hour earlier than the ECD site. I'm just looking at, okay, which one? Dig It is going to go on this one. But you can always look back. Dig It. Something like that. Now I'm not really looking at the text, I'm looking at the size. This was definitely fun, so I'm going to use that one. So you stamp out these words all in one go, for the people that don't know the concept. You just cut out the word you want. It's a great way. I use the stamping platform because it's a big stamp, and it just helps when you use a stamping platform because you can stamp multiple times. Thank you, Terry. They're fun, these little words. This was fun. See, ATCs are coming together nicely. Dig deep. It's going to go on there. So just, you see how easy it is to cut these out. Did you else? It's funny because I did that in the past, and it turns out I never used the ones I cut loose. But I know some people love it. So yeah, if that's your jam, buy a second set or a second stamp and cut it apart. Dig deep, that's gonna get just one more. This one's too big. Plant kindness, because, well, we need kindness in the world. Welcome, Christine. Oh, thank you, Diane. I'm just happy, Diane, that I can finally play with this collection because I've had it in my stash for a while now. You know what? I'm just gonna cut it up. Then take my little micron and just draw the line. There we go. Nobody knows. Well, you guys do. Tweezers. I need my tweezers. So, plant kindness. So this one goes there. Now you get a little insight of how my chaotic brain works. Don't overthink it. That's the main thing. Plant kindness. There, one done. Second one. The ATC sets are from the Torn set. If I don't have the number at the moment, do I? No. But it's called Torn. So if you go into the ECD website and you search for Torn, it will definitely come up. You're welcome, Patricia. Valerie, this is really... don't overthink it. That's my main message. I think they're cute. I really think they're cute. So, I know this is a rake, This is a fork, or how do you call that? Exactly, else. Just play. There you go. See, I spotted that from a mile away. Valerie. Yeah, don't overthink. That is the... If you start to overthink... I'm an overthinker. I'm designing a new set at the moment. I'm overthinking it and I'm stuck. I can't finish it. It's the last die set in that new collection for future. I'm overthinking it. So I have to walk away, leave it alone for a couple of days and then come back. Because when I start to overthink, nothing comes out of it. So I know the feeling. I really do. That's why I can genuinely say, if you don't overthink, beautiful things happen. Thank you, Els. Pitchfork. Thank you, Kathy. How fun is this? Okay, I'm doing well time-wise. Just checking. Dig deep. It's gonna go on there. Okay, just have to stamp the backs of these, but I'll do that off camera because no need to watch me do that, right? Okay. This one and this one. Let me glue those together. So I'm just putting some dots of glue on there. This is a beautiful die. You can use this for so many things. Beautiful background for a card. And actually the file folder size, if you're in Europe, this makes a normal A6 card base and it's almost A2. You just have to take a tiny bit off and then you've got a USA 2 as well. So very handy for that as well. The base pages for the art journal, the news size, the Passport XL. You can use them as card bases. I think they are great for that. Okay, slightly gonna offset that. I just want some sort of shadowy. That's the benefit of glue actually. You can still slide it around a bit. There we go. I think this is looking good. That's gonna go on the front. Where are we with this? Almost dry, so I'm just gonna give that a blast with the heat tool. And then we can assemble the pages of the page and finish it off. So I'm doing one series of ATCs in here, but you can make a fun booklet like this and just have all sorts of different ATC cards on there, or different smaller cards with inspirational messages for a friend who's not doing that well, for instance, just to pick me up. How lovely would it be to get something like this as a gift and enjoy that. So there we go. So I also glue the top of this one. Makes it just easier to slide them in the pockets. Something in front of my comments, which I can't. There we go. Now I can read the comments again. Diane, this is so much fun to make your ATCs with. There we go. Some glue at the top here. Just give that glue some time to adhere, because, well, you don't want it to come apart. And then these go in there. Now I've got 4, so I'm just going to do 4 and do them like this. But you can actually put 4 in one pocket, which is really cool. Look at that. I love this. So let's work on the front here. This is going to go there. Just put some glue on. Just tiny little dots of glue. And you see, this is, because I used that gesso on it, it toned it down a bit, but you still get the same texture, etc. Yeah. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if there are gentlemen, but usually I'm alone. As a man, I mean. Right. Then I've got 2 little butterflies that I forgot to color. So let me grab let's do this. A nice clashy orange color. Because why not, right? Love that. There. Simple but quick way of coloring. Easy. Hi, Joop. So there's a hint of shine when you use it to watercolor with. I like that on the butterflies as well. So I'm just I just have my tweezers, right? Oh, here they are. It just gives a hint of shine when it's dry. It's not dry yet, so I'm just gonna glue it down. There's actually orange in there, so that really makes it pop. You see that? Just by putting that orange butterfly on there, it makes the orange in there pop. Funny, isn't that, how it works with color? Love that. Plant, Dream, Grow. That's the one. Taking my bigger scissors for this. Because it's a longer word, it just makes it easier for me to cut straight. Which is something that if my mom would still be with us, she would say, David, and cutting straight? Because as a kid I could not cut straight. Or draw. So so nice to hear that you guys ordered the collection and looking forward to playing with it. It's such a fun collection to play with. Thank you guys for being so supportive. I really, really love it. There we go. So there's my little booklet. 10 minutes early. Sorry for that, but yeah. When it's done, right? So look at that. How fun is that? And then on the inside, we've got these pockets for your ATC cards. I love how this one turned out. I'm really happy with it. I'm so happy to hear you guys have the same issue as me. So yeah, I'm loving this. I hope you like it too. And yeah, if you want to see more, join us at the ECD Art Journal Specials group, because you will see loads of inspiration from the design team there, and from you guys. I hope to see more there as well. Join us at the Elizabeth Craft Designs YouTube channel, or at my own YouTube channel, Devid Roodenburg, just like you spell my name. Thank you guys for having me here. Thank you for Creative Scrapbooker magazine for having me here, and I would love to see you for the next one, which is probably after my next release, so in a month or 3, 4, I would guess. Thank you for having me. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.